Hi, Juniper Leifer, 32 Green Lane.
Raise your right hand, please. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the
I
truth?
sure do. Listen, you guys know I've been really outspoken throughout this entire process. And because of that, I've literally heard from hundreds of people in this community. And I've heard varying degrees of distress, from tears to anger. These people clearly feel betrayed. They feel as though they're being blatantly exploited by a very corrupt governing body. That is a reality. And these proceedings have only made that worse. There are now going to be hundreds of people out there who wish they had the opportunity to speak, and who didn't. In addition to all of these people watching this travesty go down. Listen, it's been said to me many times by many people that all of you had your minds made up before you came here today. It's said over and over and over again, and I know that that's what everybody is thinking. And I've got to tell you, I've maintained all along that I don't think that that's possible. I'm sure that at least some of you has got to want to, in your heart of hearts, side with the people. Some of you has got to see that the new information and testimony that has come to light is very enlightening. This is new information. I realize that you may be torn between your loyalty to your peers and your loyalty to the people. But I urge you to side with the people because the information and the facts are on our side. When it comes down to it, I think that each of you is well within your legal rights to vote no on this application. And I say that because we know that this information was provided to you during the first application. I already gave you evidence of that. You did not know the type of neighbor this company has been in other residential neighborhoods. You didn't have that information because you were given false testimony. You have the ability to say no, and they cannot legally bind you to that. Take advantage of what we have done for you. Wash your hands of this whole deal. I'm not even going to go into all of the many ways that we know that this is going to hurt us. We've all discussed the road hazard. We've discussed the expenses. We know that there's a threat to current and future business in our town. But the fact is, these people feel helpless. And I'm just not a believer in being helpless. I'm a believer in taking action. And so I'd like to inform you that under the Falkner Act, the residents of Lopatcong, New Jersey are to exercise their right to initiative and referendum. I have here a petition signed by over 200 registered Lopatcong voters. It is also fully notarized on every page. And what we're doing here in this ordinance is removing the language that was added to allow for asphalt manufacturing facilities in addition to recycling facilities. Now, it is our understanding that this ordinance does not stand to affect any existing or future businesses except to disallow businesses of this type to come into this zone. We also understand, actually, let me just give you guys your copies of this because I know you want to see it, because I'd like to formally submit this. Like I said, we understand that this doesn't stand to disrupt any current businesses. We also understand, unfortunately, that it won't deter you from putting intercounty paving in the zone, because you'll be able to grandfather them in. But what it is it's a political move. And it lets you know that we're dead serious, that we understand our rights, that we, as the citizens of Lopatcong, New Jersey, are the ones who will determine what the ordinances of our town are. I'd like to submit our fully notarized signatures. The board can either accept our changes or they can put it to a public vote. Of his town, and that they didn't want this kind of petition. What they wanted was a recall election petition. Yeah. That's going to be the next one that goes around. And that's the reality. Because you forced our hands. You made a mockery of this entire situation don't care how they feel. You've absolutely clearly favored the applicant without question. Without question. Stopped us from everything we wanted to say. You've allowed everything they wanted to do. You've actually publicized propaganda on the town website in favor of their facility. You haven't provided any of our materials.
It posts the meeting.
Where am I don't post the website of the township.
I'm just saying it.
I think there's a lot of accusations that are untrue. This is going to continue this way. It has nothing to do with this applicant before planning board.
Mr. Chairman, if I may, we've had the opportunity to confer with the applicant, and we have suggested that the applicant take a position in full recognition that it's your prerogative as to whether or not to continue this meeting, but nonetheless that they take a position that we would not object to an adjournment of this meeting. Again, it's your prerogative of the applicant. At this point, we will not object.
I gotta tell you, I'm a little sick of that hero routine.
So, I don't know if that's your choice, if that's your desire, we could suggest some days where we can return, and perhaps we could start the meeting early enough, because the only thing left at this point is public comment, and everybody would have the opportunity, who has not already been heard,